Tentacion, left side, and that's gone!
And Jay Doctor, a home run!
We've got a no-hitter!
Welcome to the Pro Baseball Experience.
Hello everybody out there in the world of the PBE. I am your main host of today's PBE Rewind, Lord Parquad. It's just going to be me today doing the majors. However, later on in the show, I will be handing it over to my esteemed co-host for the minors, DoubleDub, as he will be taking on the minors today. But welcome to week 1 of season 40 of the PBE, as it's finally come down to it, and we have had some very interesting things. First off, starting off, we're going to be taking a look at the Champions East here. And not much disparities, is kind of shaking out exactly how we thought, with the Stars, Space Rangers, and Demons all, exactly right up there in the pack of it, with Indianapolis, though, not being as far down as one was expected. It is, like I said, only the first week, so things will change, obviously, but still very competitive over there, and really at this time, Indy still has a chance, if they have a late season run, to actually get in the playoffs. Jumping over to the Champions West, though, as you see there, DVS having a commanding lead there, with NOLA shortly behind, only a couple games, but just kind of how this is going is DVS is going to be another very strong contender going into the playoffs this season. Now on the Legends side, we're looking at this kind of standings, and something that a lot of folks didn't expect to see this way, but OBX, the reigning back-to-back World Series champions, sitting there at 14-13, third place currently in the Legends East. They're behind the Buffalo Surge, who are at 15-12, and then the New York Voyagers at a staggering 18-9 to start the season, which is surprising, as being a Voyager, we usually start the season off slow, so it's interesting to see how that has gone so far behind some fantastic pitching performances, and some of our bats started to heat up in the right spot. On the Legends West side, though, another possibly very close, top of that record board there, but right now San Antonio has a commanding lead of first place, as both Maui and Vancouver are kind of sliding there early in the season and under 500. So we'll see how this goes, as I know Maui is really hoping that this is going to be their first year to really compete. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the Legends West plays out for the rest of the season. Now we're going to go take a look at some of our top players so far, starting off with the top batters on the Legends Conference this season. And right now, the guys kind of leading the way is going to be Bob Babbitt-Person and Big Iz, as they both have had a fantastic season starting and really just been contributing everywhere they can at the plate. And for the pitcher side of the Legends Conference, we have both Cesar Azawaje and Mio Hooper are the two that have really been dominating, getting those 6 and 7 quality starts apiece for those guys, and they have been a early contenders for the Cy Young. It's a lot to expect moving forward for those two pitchers, and there have been a lot of other ones that have been pretty solid. I know, like, another crazy stat is that Evil Dictator has had 3 complete games already, including one of those being a shutout, as well as Udo Beatty of Vancouver having a shutout as well so far this year. Now onto the other side for the Champions Conference and their players. On the mound, their two most dominant so far have been Johnny Tsunami and Right in the Dirt. Both of those pitchers as well having a fantastic start to the season. As you see there, Johnny Tsunami with a 1.73 ERA so far to start. So, I mean, we've had a lot of very good pitching performances, but DVS, you can kind of tell as to why they're 18-9, with not only Johnny Tsunami leading the way, but as we move over to the dominant batters so far this season, Max Power as well leading the way with them, as well as Beef Rye from Nashville. So, I mean, having DVS with some of the most dominant pitching and hitting so far early on will show how much of a contender they might be this season. But that will leave it here for the majors. We're going to head to a quick little ad break, but then we're going to have DoubleDub there showing you the minors and how things are going. Appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you in a second.
Are you looking for a new streaming experience? Lots of different games, chat interaction, and a format with a normal schedule? No. Well, how about Out of the Park baseball drops? I just finished opening 860 packs. Yeah, Attica Online has those. Introducing Attica Online, the variety Twitch channel with a prison experience. Star Wars, Fall Guys, role-playing, and Out of the Park baseball. From thrilling pack openings to strategic team management, player building, and immersive role-playing adventures. Get ready for Perfects and Diamonds in the Rough, where every perfect pack holds the potential for gold.
That's still
But let's face it, it's probably just more iron cards.
I won!
Statement. Max Power, your PBE robot overlord, orders you to visit Attica Online. Query. Why would I tell anyone to follow this smelly meatbag?
A bell to know when he goes live, because he sure as heck doesn't. Twitch.tv/Attica Online. Also, he has a dog cam. That's probably the best part.
All right, welcome back, folks. And now, handing it over to the miners, I will give you DoubleDub. And DoubleDub, all right, take it away, buddy.
Hello and welcome back to the PBE Rewind. I am DoubleDub, as Lord Parklord said, and I will be taking you through the first week of the minor leagues. So, starting in the East, little surprise to no one, State College have the best record in the minor leagues with a 3-game lead already over Chicago. Chicago started quite strongly there. They're 3 games back, 17 wins. Puerto Rico, a further 2 games adrift. Florida and Louisville, below 500, but definitely not out of reach of at least a wildcard spot. As we expected, State College have sort of taken the division by the scruff of the neck and just running away with it. So they're on record pace at the moment. We'll see how they finish up. So moving along to the West. Long time, mainstays of the top of the division, Kansas City. They've weathered the loss of a lot of key players and they've kept top spots so far. Amarillo, 2 games back, but below 500. So the rest of the division also below 500. The West is close. It's going to be close all season, I expect. Probably across the top 4 teams there. Kansas City, Amarillo, Anchorage, and Brew City. California, 4 games behind Brew City there, so 8 games back of Kansas City. Could be pushing it uphill a little bit there, but you never know what's going to happen in the minor league, so I'm sure they'll still be holding on to hope. Looking at the sluggers of the week, so you got Harley Quinn in Anchorage. 3rd season in the minors for Quinn, and she is absolutely raking. So 370 average, basically 6 home runs, solid amount of RBIs there, and already generating more than 1 WAR, and then Maple Dogwood as well. So another person who's down here for their 3rd season in the minor leagues and absolutely destroying the baseball. So batting average of .445, which is absolutely a ridiculous clip. 3 home runs, so not quite as much pop as Quinn, but similar number of RBIs and 2 WAR for Maple Dogwood as well on that strong State College team. Looking at the aces of the week, Ragnar Lothbrok absolutely dealing for Chicago in their hot start. So 2-1, 3.24 ERA. That 1.18 whip is spectacular. And then Jabs, loss of Heineken Bear, V2. Not getting the rub of the green with the decisions, 0-2, but look at that ERA, 2.86. The whip again, 1.21. Just some great pitching performances there. I think there's been some talent at the top end of the pitching so far in the minor leagues. A little bit different to normal, but we'll see how it plays out over the rest of the season. In this first week as well, we had a couple of not aces, not so much aces. They're not in that first spot in their rotation, but a couple of complete game shutouts. So Cove went first on May 11 for Florida. 9 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 strikeouts, no walks. Complete game shutout there. And then nearly a week later, Anthony Simmons II comes out and posts almost the identical stat line for Amarillo in a complete game shutout. The interesting thing here is that both of those players, only 3 strikeouts between them. So both defenses there. Shout out to Florida, much maligned defense last season, getting a lot better. And Amarillo as well, their defense starting to show up there in a big way. So looking at some of the games that were a little bit interesting. So on April 26th, Brew City at Chicago, 38 combined hits. That is insane. 12 players with multiple hits. An 11th inning walk-off. As a pitcher, I don't really want to look at that one. Brew City, maybe Hit City, Chicago, red hot. Santiago Benito had 5 hits. Alyssa Jacob, 4 hits. Bone Bearer and Notice Ixon for Brew City each had 4 hits. So, yeah, pretty crazy there. Notice Ixon as well had 4 steals in a game. Pretty ridiculous against Brew City. And then also on opening day, Kansas City managed to score 8 runs in a row from the 7th inning onwards as they took down my Amarillo Armadillos. Tough to sort of put that one in there, but, got to give props where props is due. So looking forward to the next week. There's definitely some big games on the go. Will we see any of the standings shake up? If I'm honest, I think State College are clear and they won't be caught. Other than that, I'll catch you all next week for the next minors wrap-up. And don't forget to log on to change.org and sign the petition to have Lord Parkwood removed from head office. Thank you.
All right, Dub, I appreciate it. And that, my friends, will be everything for the PBE Rewind of week 1 of season 40. And we're looking to continue much more. Just join us on Tuesday, the 30th. Yep, so Tuesday, May 30th, as week 2 of season 40 will kick off. Thank you guys for watching, and I appreciate it. Have a good night.